Hello and welcome back to The Stack, and here are today's top stories. The first story, CNN decided to go to a Wyoming rodeo, so they left the DC Beltway, which is so isolated from the rest of the country and how the rest of the country feels about politicians, and they're isolated from what the political climate is like for the rest of the country. So CNN, probably big fans of Liz Cheney and the January 6th committee. Well, they got some interesting news when they decided to travel to Wyoming for a rodeo and ask the people of Wyoming's thoughts on Liz Cheney. So they traveled to this rodeo, and it's safe to say the results were not what the Cheney campaign and probably CNN were expecting. So they only ran into two Liz Cheney supporters before the whole thing was over. I mean, the video is just brutal, and you can watch the whole video by going to our website. So I'm just going to read to you some of the responses that CNN got from the people of Wyoming at this rodeo. Hell no, absolutely not, were some of the responses that the CNN host got from voters after she asked if they would support Liz Cheney. One person said she has been an embarrassment. Another person said that the January 6th committee is a kangaroo court and that that's not the Wyoming way. It really shows that a state that voted, I think, 70% for Donald Trump, they're not fans of what Liz Cheney's doing. Liz Cheney has turned her back on Trump. She's turned her back on the people from Wyoming. That's the message that CNN got from Wyoming voters. And Liz Cheney is in a very heated primary right now. That primary is coming soon, I think in just a couple of weeks. And it looks like she's going to lose and she's not going to be in Congress anymore. So I think this CNN segment just shows the disconnect between the Beltway of Washington, D.C. and the rest of America. You know, all the politicians and the mainstream media, they're obsessed with January 6th and the January 6th committee. When the rest of America, Heartland America, they don't care about the committee. They think the committee's a sham, and they don't like politicians like Liz Cheney. They're done with it, and she's probably going to be voted out. And the second story, some interesting things happening between Fox News and Donald Trump. Apparently, they've had a falling out. So Trump has not been on the network in more than 100 days. Now, if you remember when Trump was president, Fox News was a pretty regular outlet that he spoke to. It was a great way to get what he was doing out to the American people. You know, Fox has some of the most watched shows on TV right now. Well, apparently that's not happening anymore. And here was the last thing that Trump said on Fox News before they took him off. So on April 13th, Trump did a phone interview with Fox News host Sean Hannity, in which he listed a number of problems facing the nation. And he added that these problems would not have happened had he won the election. And then he said, which we did. So Trump claimed that he won the election. We know how Trump feels about the election. Apparently, Fox News doesn't agree with this. And it looks like the network isn't having him on because of that. And I think what people are saying is this goes up to the highest levels of Fox News, that they don't want him on the network anymore. Look, I think Fox News, if this is true, again, I can't confirm that this is true. This is just what people are speculating. I think Fox is making a major mistake. Trump is more popular than ever. Hosts like Hannity and Tucker Carlson, a lot of their viewers love Donald Trump, and I think Fox is just making a major mistake if this is true. The third story, this shows just how much Trump is liked. The son of immigrants, so he's a second-gen American. Actually, I think he's first-generation American. He loves Trump so much that he's built an entire restaurant in honor of the former president. Yes, this is very cool. It is located in Texas. It's named TrumpBurger. It's located an hour northwest of Houston. And like I said, the guy named it because of President Trump and what he did for America. So it's just a endless promotion of Trump. Everything has references to Trump, and I think this is just really cool. The restaurant at one point posted it's a Facebook post that read, "If you don't like Donald Trump or Trump burgers, then you probably won't like me either." It's just incredible. And I love this quote from the owner. He said, "Being an immigrant from a place where everything is bad and you work for almost $200, you see somebody like him to support the country and get the economy doing better. Me being an entrepreneur, I appreciate what he did." Yeah, I think every American can appreciate what Trump did and how much they thrived under the Donald Trump presidency. And now everyone is hurting under the Joe Biden presidency. The difference couldn't be clearer. And I think that, yeah, that food looks great. I think it's so cool to see a first generation American honor the former president. It's very cool. So if you want to stay up to date on the latest Trump news and the latest news on Liz Cheney getting absolutely crushed in this year's election, you can head to westernjournal.com, and please be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode of The Staff.